What's up? What do you say, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Trading Live with Bubba. And last week was okay, except our day trades lost on Thursday. But here we are once again, and let's see what the markets look like. We have one major problem, which is the lack of liquidity. These markets, volumes are extremely light and volatility is high. Now we are getting a pretty solid rally today. So we'll see what it looks like. In the meantime, we could have a little bit of, we're a little short to the volume, but we might have a little bit of a potential trade here as a short in the NASDAQ. Let's see what it looks like. Continue to watch it in here and see if it gives us an opportunity. Our stop would be 18,380. 18,380 would be our stop if we get if we do get a trade. Excuse me. Let's see if it'll clear for us here. We need a red bar here, probably 45 or below, 18,345 or below. There you go. It's still going up, so really not much to do here. And let's see what. We don't have a trade here yet. Let's see what the gold looks like. Nothing. The crude, nothing. Again, one of the problems we're having is a real lack of liquidity in here. So it makes it a little bit more challenging. But let's see if we can potentially get something here. No trade yet. Let's just go back and check it out. See if there's anything else developing while we're waiting. Crude might be coming up with something here. The Russell might be something here, but we got to wait. Again, our stop on the Dow would be 18,380. I'm just putting my stop in, assuming we're going to get a trade here. And if I don't, I can always pull the stop, but I don't want to goof around and wait for it. So it looks like we may get a trade here. Too close. I'm going to hold off and wait for a little bit longer. We'll wait. We'll be patient. No reason to rush into this market. And of course, maybe crude will get there. It's going to be close. Let's see. So we're still waiting on the NASDAQ. We're still waiting on maybe crude now. What's the Russell look like? Russell's not enough volume, so let's see here. But right now we have a trade in neither, but there certainly is the potential for a trade. Okay, crude. You can take a trade here if you want. And your stop's going to be at 63.94. 63.94 stop. You're going to work, depending on your quantity, you're going to work 110 ticks below, 120 ticks below. Still nothing else going on anywhere else at the moment. And so all we've got on is the crude right now. Waiting for an opportunity in the NASDAQ. Okay, and still waiting for the NASDAQ. Okay. And so far, nothing but the NASDAQ stop will change now. It'll be 92 will be the stop in the NASDAQ. Should we get a trade? 18,392. But we don't have a trade, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. Our crude is about even still, hasn't moved, which is never a good sign. Waiting for a potential, in the Russell, which is here. So all we have on right now is the crude. Not much else happening at the moment, but we do have things that are close, so we'll stick here. 1 second. Okay. All right, so now maybe the NASDAQ is going to get there. We'll see. Nope, popped right back up again. And the Russell's going straight up to Pluto, which is fine. Again, we're not in, so we're going to be a seller, so let it keep going up. And we're not a seller yet. Let's see about anywhere else. Nowhere else. Okay. So again, we don't have much. Crude is going to give us a potential add-on, though. If you trade that way with you, there you go. Okay. So we're going to be looking at crude to add to it. And the new stop, if we get another crude trade, the new stop will be 64.13. If we get another trade there, 64.13, 64.14. And we haven't gotten a trade yet in the NASDAQ or the Russell. Still waiting. And waiting for an add-on on crude here. It's certainly a trade. Now we just have to get the trigger to give us a trade, which is the 1 minute. We need a 1 minute red bar. It doesn't look like we're getting it. It's just going straight up at the moment, which is fine because we still have room. And anytime any of you have any questions, feel free to fire them in. Okay, so excuse me. Stop in crude will now be 64.25. Should we get the trade here? Looks like we might get it here. 64.25 will be the stop on the second one, second group. And looks like we might get a trade here. Gotta wait and let it close. All right, now you can see in the indexes, they're flattening out, so they're not giving you the trade you want. So all we're looking for now is the potential crude trade. Okay, no trade yet. Okay, oh, there it is. Okay, crude you can go ahead and take. Okay, and now your average should be around 63.48 or so. Put your orders in based on that accordingly. Okay, and I know there's a lot of Fed speak today, so that could have some effect. I mean, we're still dealing with a little bit of a lack of liquidity in the markets here right now. So I don't see much at the moment. Let's just take a look at some of our longer term stuff. Here's one you may want to look at. I did put this on earlier in First Solar. I sold the 128, 138 call spread for $7 that expires this Friday. It's like buying a synthetic put, okay, for a credit. And let's see what else that may be possible to do here. Apple, really nothing. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, so you want to be careful there. Amazon, again, bounced off. Would have been a trade yesterday. Nothing to do right now. Coin, nice solid rally. Need a little bit more. Needed to get close to 200 before I'd be looking at it to sell it. Crowd, 400 last week. That was our target. Hit it and broke, which was good. Meta, again, would have been a trade yesterday, potentially, but we weren't here, so it doesn't really matter. What the hell's going on with my bands here? There we go. Alphabet, nothing, and they have earnings this week, so I would stay away. Crude's going straight up, so it looks like we might get stopped on the first portion of that trade. IWM, nothing to do, in the middle of nowhere. Microsoft, yeah, again, yesterday would have been okay. MSTR, obviously breaking out now. Certainly overbought. One worth potentially looking at if you want to look at selling some call spreads here. Let's see what they look like. MSTR. Let's see here. 340, 350, 350, 250. Worth a look. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to put an order in to sell it at 110, 350, 350, 250, and MSTR at 110. Okay, so that's working. Okay, and now let's come back to Nugget. Okay, Nugget, I mean, I'd be a seller of anything. I don't have a legit reason at this moment to be a seller, but I would be definitely would be a seller at the moment now. If I were going to do anything, which I'm not, NVIDIA, a little bit of a bounce, nothing much to do here. You can see that, again, the lack of action is part of it. We're not extended. The standard deviations are much wider because of the lack of liquidity. SMCI, I said this last night on my Monday call, it's not even worth trading right now. Even though it's oversold and I would look at it, there's not much to do. So I'm really not all that interested in that right now. XYZ, which used to be Square, nothing to do. SPY, middle of nowhere, nothing to do. Tesla has earnings today, so there's nothing to do here, even though it would be a potential selling put spreads. But again, I have no reason to get involved going into earnings here. Win, right in the middle of nowhere. XBI, in the middle of nowhere, as you can see in Zoom. Getting close to that 200-day moving average, but I would wait once again. So not much going on. We're still in our trades. Now we do have a potential trade coming in the Russell right now. Notice this is the big spike in volume, straight up. It's going straight up here. So certainly we would look at it. Okay, and we did not get stopped out on our crude yet, and we're to have a double position on. Okay, so let's take a look at the Russell, which I don't have a trade yet. I need a red bar here. See if we can get something here. And the stop on the Russell would be 189.73. And it looks like we're probably going to get something here, 189.73. And if you wanted to play, 189.73 is the stop. And put your orders in below to take profit if they get there. Okay. So, and a couple of things to look at. We've got our trades working, so there's nothing to do. You got both sides covered. You may want to look at, if you're a futures trader, you may want to look at selling some gold, really overextended. You may want to look at buying some natural gas. Very oversold, right on just below the 200-day moving average now, so it should bounce from there. We'll see. But those are things to potentially look at. But again, it's not overly active here, so we'll just continue to watch and see. MSTR filled. Okay. In the meantime, markets are exploding higher, which is fine. And we figured we'd get a thing. Okay. And again, so right now, we're underwater a little bit in the two open trades we have. We do have some room, so we'll see what it looks like. Again, not a lot going on, but we'll see what happens here. Okay. The other one you may want to look at, if you like to look at it, is UNH, which I did take a trade there myself this morning. Okay. Sold a put spread here. Again, very oversold, very dramatic move. So that might be one you may want to look at. So, all right. Well, I hope if you're in, just know where your stops are, and know where you're supposed to get out. Okay. And we'll see you back here on Thursday. Have a great day, everybody. Have a good week. We'll see you Thursday.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.